Okay, I'm making this new video to show off some of the new features from Oculus and for the Oculus Dash and for Oculus Home. One of the new features is that you can pin. Well, it's not a new feature, but it's a feature I would like to mention again. That you can pin windows to your VR applications. So, like this window, you could have it run right there while you're in VR. Pressing let's see. There. Pressing the Oculus button will actually make these windows follow you. It's a bit strange. So right now it's to my left, and if I look at it and press the Oculus button, it will be to my left again. So that's pretty cool actually, because you might want to readjust where the window is placed compared to where you're looking. But yeah, you can do more with this. Some of the other new features are you have dash, where you can activate that you have to long press the Oculus button to actually enter um, this Oculus Dash overlay. There's also some anti-aliasing you can disable, and I've done that because otherwise it's a bit heavy on the computer. You have the regular options and then some new experimental options. This is actually not a new option, but right now you can enable and disable it. And it seems a lot of things can actually stop this option from working. Usually I run with 3 different monitors, but that causes even having one extra monitor seems to stop this from working. But it might also just be that once you have disconnected your other monitors, and you have to restart the computer as well before this activating this option actually works. You can hide the panel controls, and these are the panel controls. I think I prefer keeping them there. And another new option is the wristwatch, where you can see the time. You can set up reminders. You can what's it called? Recenter your VR area so that you can change what direction that you are starting to look in. Um, that's pretty useful, and you can pin the watch itself to any VR experience so that it's just active in the game. I then found that you cannot actually use the watch while here, so it only functions to show you um, the watch, and you have to enter this again to actually use these controls, like changing the sound and the microphone sound as well, or volume. But once we have activated this panel pullout and ensured that you don't have all kinds of things activated, you can pull out windows like this one, where we have OCR that are used for recording videos, running in its own window. But you can also take this one, which is a YouTube video, so we can pull this around, and it's taken from my desktop and just pulled out, so you can play the video.
The pool. Always. Forever.
And
A z-axis.
and it shows the video, and you can even make it full screen.
A 3D version of a square.
But showing it as full screen will actually also make it full screen on your desktop. It should come out in a moment.
Just like flow with me. So.
Well, it worked earlier. I guess you cannot make it full screen like this.
To a 3D cube and get
but we can also just make it slightly larger. I don't know. But it does enable you to make it full screen and just have the monitor display itself, this one, and pin this to your experience.
Now we can only perceive with our eyes and brains
so if we make it full screen,
So we can't really grasp this idea of a fourth dimension.
We have it up here.
It's like, huh?
Let's
What the hell?
remove this
Four
one again.
dimensions? Which is what you're thinking now.
And then you have two monitors within the
But while we can't
VR
really
area.
See or perceive a fourth
Let's
dimensional version of
take
this
the
cube,
sound down
we
a
can
bit
at least
more.
describe it mathematically.
So, okay, and that's some pretty cool features, I think. But another thing to play with is that while you have these displays, you can also set up another display. With Oculus Home, you now have the option to put in these monitors inside your home. So we can let's stop this completely. And we can minimize this. And oh, that's another thing. Notice that when you minimize a window, it actually stops displaying. But I'll minimize it anyway, and then I'll show you one of the things you can work with. Here we have a game, and let's actually stop this from being pinned. And then we can pretend to be sitting in a chair. Let's take this one. And if you use the Y button while pointing at this, or you can also use the other controller and use the Y button. Wait, oh yeah, that's the B button on the right controller. Then you can click broadcast, and you can actually select one of your windows or the whole desktop and broadcast it to the screen. If you have more than one desktop, this one will actually just be a drop down where you choose what desktop you would like to stream. But I had to disable this to be able to enable the pull-out feature. So let's try to broadcast this, which is an emulator, and it will run this game. And let's see if it did say that sound wouldn't work, but yeah, it seems to work anyway. Maybe we can lower the sound a bit. Well, I hope you can hear my voice even though it's playing pretty loud. But yeah, now we actually have this game on the monitor. And I can put my controllers away, and they'll just be floating hands. And I can take my controller and actually control the game. Uh-oh. For some reason the start button actually activates the display. I think it's because it's meant to, well, Oculus Rift supports using a controller. But you don't have to use the start button that often, I guess. And then you can actually just play these games as if you are playing them inside your VR area. And we can do some more. Oh, let's just deactivate this sound again. There we go. Because we can also let's stop this from being pinned. Yeah. So we can also go to this arcade cabinet and do the same thing. And broadcast the emulator here. and it still says the problem with the audio. And then I'll just grab my controller, and I can be standing here playing the game. And you can save these people. And shoot some zombies. And another thing is you could actually do this with anything. So even regular games you could just play like this. Let's try something else. Oh, and you can also use these different controls. It's pretty nice, I think. So you can make a really big screen. And oh, that's another thing as well. You could just use the overlay themselves to just play the emulator. So we click here and grab the controller, and you could be playing it here, and then actually just use this new system. Or, well, it's not really new, you could do this before, but now you can do it here. And I can pin this, go back. Oh wait, I'm dying. Oh no. There we go. Die zombies. Yes. So that's pretty neat, I think. And well, I could also walk around in the home, and this would just follow me around because it's pinned. But the cool thing about I suspect it should be possible to actually use the touch controllers as controllers for this game, but then you would have to use something like auto hotkey maybe. No, the zombie took these neighbors. They should stop eating my neighbors. Yes. And we'll close this again, and we can close this. And well, that's pretty cool features, I think. So you could also take other games, and just play them inside virtual reality. This game actually uses the mouse, so you could use the mouse to play the game. That's another thing about these new TVs, is that while you can play the game on these screens, then if the game requires a mouse, you need to use a mouse. You can't just point at the screen and you play that way. But if you're inside the overlay, that would actually work. You can just pick around here and play the games. This is a pretty cool game, actually. So yeah, as you can see, it works fine. And you can So that's all pretty cool, I think. There's also this thing added to the home, and oh yeah, another wait, I'll just close the game. Where did I put my desktop? because the game is full screen, I disabled my desktop, I guess. Strange. There we go. It was just out of sight. And yes, so that's a pretty cool feature. But another cool feature about this broadcasting system is, let's see, we could broadcast, well, the desktop itself, is that it would actually broadcast all of this to everyone else visiting your home, so they could be able to watch movies with you and such, a bit like big screen cinema, with the difference being that it would be inside your home. And another cool new feature for the home is that you can actually import objects into your Oculus Home. This one says My Imports, and I have tried a few times to import this poster, which is a scan of a game I have that I scanned and put into Oculus Home using yeah, I've tried to use different tools actually, and I don't really remember what I ended up using to enable this, but I think it was Windows 3D Paint, and some other tools to ensure the size of the painting. I hope they found better ways of doing this, because it's a bit strange right now. I also made this tree. Let's see if I unlock this. I can actually drag out the items. I made this tree in what's it called? Let's see. Okay. Let's check here. Medium, yeah. I used Oculus Medium to create this tree, where I can make a lot of cool 3D items. This is just a small test. It was pretty easy to make, and I placed one over there. Let's just put this one away. Unfortunately, you can't resize these, and that's the problem with making these 3D objects. So, because you have to make them the right size the first time, or at least make them the right size, because you can't just resize them inside your home, even though they are a custom object. But it also enables you to just take out something else you find in Oculus Medium, for example, and import it into your home. And then there's these special items. All of these are something you don't have to get from these weekly rewards and such. You can just keep adding them. So stuff like the computer monitor and the flat screen TV, wall-mounted TV. All of this is stuff you can just add to your homes. Oh, and another feature right now is that yes, you can actually make more than one home. That's pretty cool, I think. So let's try to see if I go here and oh, there's a lot of tutorials now as well. I should probably have taken some of those. Even an import object tutorial. That's nice to have. And you can visit friends' homes. And that works pretty well. So you can use their items and such. This one controls a big blimp. It's pretty cool actually. Oh, and I also like this one. You can actually fire small catapult thingies with it. And of course, most should know this one. Whoop, 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 whoop. Grab it, grab it, grab it. Oh yeah, you have to use the grab button. I used the other button. So that's all pretty cool. Oh, and these are actually custom imported objects. A pile of games. Don't think I have this one. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing them yet, but they should load after a while, these custom objects, so that you can see their custom objects. Just like that's a lot of custom objects actually. Um, so other people visiting my home should be able to see the poster I imported, and I should be able to see his photos and such. I'm not sure why I can't. But let's try out my second home, which I don't think I have set up much actually. It should be pretty much default everything. So yeah, default Oculus Home, some shelves, the bow. Um, well, I did set up this arcade cabinet. Um, and I can then broadcast. Let's try something meta. Oh no, it's broadcasting itself. Yep, it's pretty cool. So I really like these new features. There's a lot of things that I had hoped to see getting added to Oculus Home, and now they are. I just hope they soon will add a feature that allows you to disable Oculus Home, because it's pretty annoying that Oculus Homes gets loaded per default while you're working with VR. But at least they are listening to what people ask them to implement. Like actually, this one was one of the requested features for Oculus Home, and another requested feature I think was the long press button here, and yeah, they keep delivering on what people would want. It seems. Oh yeah, and being able to walk around in your home this way. Usually you could only teleport around your home, and that was pretty annoying, I think. But now you can actually use smooth locomotion to walk around and turn around. It could be faster, I think, especially turning around, but because look at this. This is how fast you turn. It's pretty slow. But that's it for now. I should probably end this video before it becomes too big. Have fun until next time. I hope you enjoyed this.